and welcome on board. We always have a kind of a lower number than usual on quiz nights. And go ahead and mute yourself if you would, and if you can't,
What was all that?
Because you're going through his system.
Melanie will do that for you.
That's the picture.
And welcome aboard, everybody. Show number 96. And we're getting close to 100. If you do the calculations, the second show in February is the 100th edition, which is going to be our buddy Roger Freed is going to be doing a program at night for us. So I guess he'll have to buy the anniversary cake. Anyway, so my friend Mel, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm just peachy. And you know, we're getting ready for Christmas, so I think we've come loaded with some Christmas jokes tonight. And I have a story to tell you first, though. I have to tell you this because it's kind of a strange story, but I know co-host Melanie likes sports, and this is a sports related true story happened to me on Sunday. I called AT&T, the telephone company. I had a question about my telephone, and I was about fell out of the chair because I got an American guy, first of all, and I asked, he said, he asked me my name, and I gave him all the stuff I needed, and then I asked my question. He answered my question, and just out of the blue, I wasn't ready for this. He said, "You cannot buy a Super Bowl for $350,000." And I was trying to like, what's he mean? And then I realized my name, Jerry Jones, I own the Dallas Cowboys. And he's serious, and he talks he knew football very well. I mean, I don't know it that well, but he was talking all kinds of stuff, and just a couple minutes later, after he got back on the subject, he said, "Hey, looking in your file, I see that you're eligible for a promotion." And he started to read this promotion to me, and he was stammering and stuttering and not coming out real clear. And he said, "I gotta apologize. When I'm talking to somebody famous, I get all nervous." So I never cleared it up with him that I wasn't the Jerry Jones that he thought I was. So he's probably told all of his AT&T buddies that he talked to the Dallas Cowboys owner. But anyway, okay. So we want to start out with a Christmas joke. So what do you call a snowman in Hawaii? Puddles. Puddles. And
I have one in return.
okay, you go ahead.
How much did Santa pay for his sleigh? Nothing. It was on the house.
Oh my. All right, I'll shoot one more back to you. Which reindeer can fly through outer space? That's an easy one. Comet. Okay, and you have one more yet?
I have another one. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna go searching. These non-rehearsed shows. Okay.
What did one Christmas tree say to the other? Lighten up.
Oh, gee.
Oh boy. I hear some moaning and groaning out there. That's all right. Let's go here and get to our sharing the screen and all this stuff here. So Melanie and I welcome you to another edition of the Zoom Rock Room. And we're always sponsored by the Zoom by Lair Architect, Lake Havasu City. although they were in just outside of Washington, DC the other day, picking up a Christmas gift. But we always encourage you folks who haven't done it. We know a few of you have done it. Email Paul and Marcella at lairarchitect@yahoo.com and tell them you said hi and you appreciate what's going on here. We hope you do anyway. And the contract will be back up again in April. So they'll be joining us actually, I think, for the 100th show in the end of February. Melanie.
I'll take this one. All right. Once again, Dirtman's reports, you've seen a couple of them already throughout all of these Zooms, and they're always wonderful and they're always educational. You can go on the extremecody.com. We've seen that he posts videos on YouTube. So feel free to rewatch those videos and look out for his new ones because he's always making new ones and they're always so great.
And the wonderful people at the Institute, Waynesboro, they support us pretty heavily with our Zoom rock room. And of course, you all got some emails from them Sunday with the other invite being mailed out. And just make you aware that on their card that they sent out for next year's events, you may pick up that May 4th is our indoor program at the Institute. Location yet to be decided, and actually the topic will be decided yet. But put it on your calendar, May the 6th, Saturday, May 6th. We're planning on doing a bus trip from Waynesboro to York County and show you what York County geology kind of looks like. And there will be several collecting areas on that day-long trip. So just put that in your calendar if you would. More details will be coming out, and check them out at info@natureandcultureinstitute.org.
Right. Crystal Cove Collection with Michael Plinkly and Krista in Gettysburg, Camp Hill. Is this a program, Jerry?
Now, this is a sponsor.
Okay, then they are sponsoring us in Gettysburg, Camp Hill area, also located in Morning Sun Market in York, Thomasville.
Yep, the old what was the original name? They changed it to Morning Sun. Morning Star was the original name. But yeah, they're the ones giving us our prizes for tonight, which I will have in hand tomorrow. So we thank Mike and Krista for giving us our prizes that we'll be mailing to our winners tonight. I mentioned this last time. Jones Geological Services are kind of our new website, and we've added now ebooks. There's 2 ebooks on there that you can go and actually download and purchase and print out if you'd like to. One's Time Walk with the geology of York, Lancaster, and Adams County, and the gold maps where you can find gold in Southeast Pennsylvania, and the site descriptions. That's been actually pretty popular. A lot of wives are buying these maps for their husbands. So anyway, they're out there if you want to do that too. Melanie.
Alrighty, so the next couple of dates coming up for the Zoom Rock Room schedule. Some of these were from last time, but if you haven't, write them down, take a picture on your phone. Next, we'll see you on January 3rd in the new year already with an Iceland Spar with Johnny Johnson. That'll be great. After that, January 17th, what is groundwater and its importance? That'll be with me and Jerry. And then we're already into February already, preserving fossils in the national parks, which is very interesting. I love the national parks. February 21st, we're going to have a prehistory along the Little Schuylkill River. March 7th is John Day Fossil Beds National Monument. And March 21st, Greg Herman is going to be speaking. So we have a bunch of dates coming up, bunch of different topics, different speakers. Like I said, if you haven't written them down, feel free to take a picture with your phone.
And by the way, the last two programs there in the calendar were suggestions from you, the Zoom members. The Frasers mentioned John Day fossil beds to me about 2 years ago, actually. And we've been talking to John Day National Monument, Michelle, actually for about 2 years trying to line this up. So they finally got Zoom to actually do PowerPoint. And those have the shows, and the last one, Joseph Marciani just scheduled a Greg. That little title, don't let that scare you. We're going to try to tone that down a little bit, but it has to do with impact craters on the Earth. So we look forward to those two, and I believe that's it for that one. That one tonight. So anyway, put those on your calendar, and it's always the first and third Tuesday of the month, unless we have a special occasion that we have to do it on another date, which only has to happen, I think, one time in the last 2 years anyway. All right, well, I think we pre-warned you all that paper and pencil or pen are required for this quiz. We tried to design this quiz that we know there's some people in here that are a little bit more geologically educated than others, and in the past we've used our chat area to answer the questions. Some people were faster typing than others, so that's why we're going to do the honor system tonight. There will be instructions at the end of what you are going to do with your tests when you are done and grade them. But so this is an honor system. The top 10 people, if we have a tie, we'll work that out. We'll get prizes, sort of thing. There's a total of 25 questions, and there's actually a bonus question at the end. The first 15 I'll be giving you. We will be giving you the answer right behind the question. So as we go, we'll be clearing up those. So
That means y'all better be honest.
there you go. You tell them. Mel has ways to be watching you as you do the test to see if you're looking at your neighbor's sheet or not, right? All right, let's go on and we're going to get right into it here, basically. And this is all multiple choice, by the way, so the answer is in front of you someplace there, okay? And you can write down the letter or write down the answer. You want to go back and do it again, of course it's being videoed, so you're able to see if you do it better the second time around. But okay, here we go. How far has the North Pole shifted since 1831? Okay, some of you might be saying, does the North Pole shift? Well, it does, yes. And in fact, it's been moving a little bit faster than it has been predicted at this point in time. And we've talked.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a question.
Okay.
Magnetic north or true north?
Oh, Lord. Magnetic north.
Okay.
Yep, magnetic. So we've talked before in several other programs that our poles have shifted over time about every 25,000 years. All right, here we go. You ready for the answer? 600 miles to the west. So if you had C, you had that one right. Number 2, a red mineral that was once used for coloring ceramics is it hematite, cinnabar, topaz, zircon? Okay, we're ready to answer number 2. Cinnabar, which ironically is a mercury mineral. So it's kind of poisonous, but it was used in ancient glazing, as you see in the picture there, particularly in South America, the Southern Hemisphere, really. Cinnabar. So if you have cinnabar in your collection, you do have mercury. Number 3, grass green colored mineral that is used in dealing with depression and anxiety. Epidote, corundum, malachite, or chlorite. If you're having depression and anxiety, I suggest you go out and buy some epidote. The question in the grass green colored mineral is what's kind of a hint there for what color green. It's not a rare mineral. It's not a very not real common mineral. It is here in the eastern part of the United States in various areas. Question number 4. This green and pink rock is found in the United States, in Virginia, regions in South Africa, Brazil, China, and Australia. Unakite, serpentinite, gabbro, epidotite. It is an igneous rock. Very pretty when it's cut, polished, tumbled. And the magical name is unakite. Virginia, down north of Roanoke, is a pretty common area to find unakite over actually on the Blue Ridge Mountain. Number 5, Flying Fish Cove is the largest settlement on this island. Hawaii, Christmas Island, Evergreen Island, or Holly Island. Christmas Island belongs to Australia, although it's really closer to Indonesia. Question 6. This, the heaviest mineral to occur in nature, was brought to the manger by the wise men. Was it pearl, ruby, gold, tourmaline? Probably everybody here knows the Christmas story. Answer is C, gold. Oh, I didn't number that one. Found in Martinsville, Virginia. This mineral forms in a cross pattern. Is it garnet, tourmaline, magnetite, or starlite? A very unique crystal habit. And twinning, actually. Starlite. There's actually a Starlight State Park in Martinsville, Virginia, where you can go and collect starlight crystals like this. We're trying to keep this Christmas or holiday related, if you notice that. Question number 8, the present acceptable theory of what was the Christmas star was A nova, B, a conjunction of 2 planets, a comet, or the bright now evening star Venus. Nova, conjunction of 2 planets being really, really close together, comet or Venus. And I put the word present in quotes because it does change. But there's some things written in the Bible about the Christmas star that kind of point to the fact that scientists now think it was a nova or a supernova, which is just a brighter, larger exploding star as you see there. By the way, I don't know if anybody else saw this. Somebody came to church on Sunday announcing that the Christmas star was going to be visible tomorrow night in our western sky for 45 minutes after sunset. And I kind of disputed that because the only things that are in the western sky right now, and they're very low, is Mercury and Venus, Venus being the brighter of the two. But they're certainly not making up what I would call the Christmas star. So I'm not sure what local, what resource the paper got that information from, but it's certainly not happening around here. Okay, which Apollo mission, this is number 9, which Apollo mission orbited the moon on Christmas Eve in 1968? So if you know when men first landed on the moon, and you know what mission that was with Neil Armstrong, you can delete a couple of those numbers. The answer is Apollo 8. They did not land on the moon. They orbited the moon. Read the Christmas story actually during their orbit around our moon. Next question, number 10. This mineral is found in our atmosphere and on the Earth's surface. Neptunite, ice, calcite, or silica? So if you put down B, you got it. Snowflakes. Ice is actually considered a mineral. It qualifies for each of the parts of a definition of a mineral. Naturally occurring, has a chemical composition, crystal structure. However, they say there's no 2 snowflakes that are exactly the same. And of course, it does occur in our atmosphere, as in hail. Number 11, these 2 fluorescent minerals shown in the picture are what? Calcite and willemite, calcite and franklinite, willemite and zircon, or opal and calcite. The famous fluorescent capital of the United States in the Franklin, New Jersey mining district, known for the fluorescent minerals. And on the answer page here, great example of a whole wall. Calcite and willemite is what the question picture there is. Question number 12. The Christmas mine is located in what state? Montana, Alaska, California, or Arizona? If you participated in last year's tribute that we did to Christmas, this was a piece of information that Brittany shared with you. So how many of you said Arizona in the Copper District? I believe it is now shut down, no longer operating. Number 13, here's a good one for you. How many LED Christmas lights do you need on your house to be seen by the International Space Station? LED lights are a little brighter than the old traditional old-fashioned lights. We have a Christmas specialist in the room tonight, Melanie Tracy.
I've done my time.
What number would you select there, Melanie?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know which one I'd pick. Maybe C.
How about A? Only 2,683 lights. This is actually it's actually a picture from one of our satellites. And the more green you see on here means that there's more light being shown during the holiday season than like the yellow is a normal. So it does pick up particularly on the outskirts of DC, you see more Christmas lights. So if you want to be seen by the International Space Station, you only need 2,600 lights, folks. 14. This is a picture of the first Christmas tree constructed in space in 1973. On board which spacecraft? Gemini, Apollo, Skylab, or Mercury? I actually saw this one launch in person at Cape Kennedy. 1973, if you know the space race time scale. It's going to be C, Skylab, our first space station. Number 15. I thought about this one night at about 3 o'clock in the morning, just came to my head. How fast would Santa's sleigh have to go to visit everyone in a 24-hour period? Does he have to go 650 miles per second, 350 miles per hour, 743 miles per second, or 1,000 miles per hour? We know he doesn't do in a 24-hour period. He does in about 36 hours with the Earth's rotation. Answer: 650 miles per second, which is 3,000 times the sound of speed. And that's including his restroom stops and feeding the reindeer. All right. Take a little breather, sit back and just catch a little breath, because we're going to change themes a little bit right now, because Melanie, of course, had to be a part of this. So she's done
Geography related.
Geography, that's right. Geography related. So now get your geography hats on and we'll head on into the next part of the test. Melanie, go ahead.
Alrighty. So our jolly friend Santa Claus has a toy workshop, as we all know. It's famous. So what festive named town is located in New York at the base of White Face Mountain? Candy Cane Lane, the North Pole, Winter Wonderland, or Christmas Town?
Mhm. White face now. And
It is B, the North Pole in New York.
anybody ever been there?
All right. According to local folklore, Bethlehem, PA was founded on Christmas Eve and named after the birthplace of Jesus. Like many others, they like to decorate with Christmas lights. So how many total strands of lights do they use to decorate? Another light related question. Is it 3,500, 4,500, 5,500, or 6,500 strands? Jerry, you did the decorating biz too for a while.
I didn't really look at the answers when you sent them to me here. You caught me off guard.
You don't have to answer. I'm just messing with you.
I'm gonna say 5,500.
I'd say you're pretty on
Oh,
5,500. See, in Bethlehem, PA.
I've been to Bethlehem for Christmas.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have not, but I wish I have. It's on the bucket list. I'd love to go.
Moravian stars everywhere you go. That's yeah. We took a bus trip there one year. All right.
All right, number 18. Where in the US is the world's only post office with the name Santa Claus? Is it in Indiana, Michigan, North Dakota, or Rhode Island? It is A, Indiana. They get a lot of letters every year. All the children who are writing to Santa Claus, parents will send these letters here so they have the return address as being from Santa Claus and things. All right, 19. Santa had 8 lucky reindeer. One of these reindeer shares its name with a popular lake and ski ranch. What is the lake's name? Is it Donner Lake, Rudolph Reservoir, Dancer Lake, or Dasher Lake? I should have a bonus if anyone can name all the reindeer.
It's not Comet. He's flying through outer space.
Correct.
Ooh, I like Rudolph Reservoir.
It is A, Donner Lake. I know, I wish it was Rudolph Reservoir. I came up with that one myself. The alliteration just fit perfect.
That's pretty.
It is very pretty. Number 20, where in the US is Christmas Cove? Is it A, Maryland, B, Connecticut, C, New Jersey, or D, Maine?
Christmas Cove.
It is D, Maine is where Christmas Cove is.
What if they decorate for Christmas?
They have to. I feel like it's just, it's in the name. They don't have a choice. Number 21, what town hosts a parade and caroling event where they serve more Christmas cookies than their entire population? Is it Eggnog, Utah, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Christmas, Florida, or Joy, Kansas?
I did look at that answer, but I forget it.
You're trying to cheat.
Well, I was editing. I was making sure everything.
Excuses, excuses. The answer's B, Christmas Valley, Oregon.
I just can't get anything past you at all.
However, those other towns were not made up. Those were real places like Eggnog, Utah, and Christmas, Florida. Those are real towns.
Wow.
Number 22, a leathery leafed parasitic plant that grows on apple, oak, and other broadleaf trees and bears white glutinous berries in winter that influence couples to kiss, also known as mistletoe, is the name of a town in which state? Is it A, Louisiana, B, Tennessee, C, Mississippi, or D, Kentucky? So where's the town of mistletoe?
There you go, biologist.
I know I had to add my own naturalist flair in this question.
Yeah, I figured there was some of that wound into there someplace. Leatherly leafed parasitic.
It is D, Kentucky. Mistletoe, Kentucky.
Does that mean I gotta go to Kentucky to get a kiss from
I
anybody?
guess so. I guess your wife deserves a trip.
Never been to Kentucky.
All right, number 23. Each year, this town constructs a winter wonderland village using more than 2 million pounds of ice. Is it A, North Pole, Alaska, B, frost-proof Florida, C, Glacier, Washington, or D, Winter, Wisconsin? Mind you, again, these towns are not made up. I looked these towns up. They're real towns in these states.
You deserve a payday, a pay raise.
For doing my research. The answer's A, North Pole, Alaska.
Didn't want to turn into puddles.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Number 24, which of the following is a town in Arizona with the ironic name due to the fact that it sees very little snow? So is the town called Blizzard, Arizona, Squall, Arizona, Snowflake, Arizona, or Icicle, Arizona?
Oh, I don't know.
C, Snowflake.
Okay, folks, getting down to the end.
All right, last question and then the bonus. So number 25, the town Rudolph is located in which state? Is it A, Texas, B, Wisconsin, C, Montana, or D, Georgia? And the answer is B, Wisconsin.
Hmm.
All right, so technically that was the last question, but there is a bonus question.
Yes, there is.
All right, bonus question, number 26. Noel, 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 born as the king of Israel. In which state is the town of Noel? Is it in Missouri? Is it in Iowa, Nebraska, or Nevada? Need a drum roll for the last question.
Oh, yep. You can't hear me at my desk.
The answer's A, Missouri.
Huh.
Called Noel.
All right. 25 questions plus the bonus. I want you to add up your correct answers and type your name and answer and your score into the chat box. I'm going to record them here. And then we'll announce the top 10 or wherever we have ties. And if we mention your name here at the end, email me your address again. I have a few from other contests on our database, but email your mailing address to jonesgeo@comcast.net. And those will be sent out sometime, probably not before Christmas. Let all the Christmas stuff get through the system first. I'm going to stop sharing so I can see the chat room. And Melanie might have to keep you entertained for a minute with some more jokes here.
I like that everyone's being honest. It's okay.
Hey, can I just say real quick, I do have issue with the 2 million pounds of ice question.
Uh-oh.
Although technically the question and answers were completely correct. The hotel chain Gaylord from Florida to DC to their different locations, I personally have gone to their displays of multiple millions of pounds of ice where they set up every year at Christmas time. These huge, elaborate carved ice displays in their hotels, these huge tents that keep them cold, of millions of pounds of ice carved into Christmas displays that you actually get to slide down and you get to walk all through and all that. So I would just like to tack that on to that question. This kid over here threw up all over the ice when he was in Florida. We were down in Florida at the Gaylord Palms location, and he had some seafood. It wasn't good.
Oh
so.
no, I should have came for you for part of my research then.
You got off the internet. It's true, right?
I was there. Proof.
All right, let me
I also have a bad habit of changing my answers at the last minute. I do that very often. Almost every quiz or test I take, I change them at the last minute. So no worries. Always have to second guess myself.
you'll be surprised when you correct college tests how many students change their answer and they were right first time.
Mm-hmm. Do it all the time.
Yep.
Myself.
So all right. Everybody who submitted me their
And there was a lot of guesses. Educational guesses are fine too.
okay, Mel, let me ask you this.
Okay.
How many correct questions do you think was the winner out of the 26?
Ooh. Well, I can also see the chat box.
Oh,
I think the highest I saw was about 17 or 18. I think Melanie had. So
yep.
Way to represent the Melanies.
Melanie is the winner with 17. And we had a bunch of ties here, but Barrett had 13. Excuse me for not looking at the camera. That's right. Third place tie, we had Connie at 12, Carrie at 12, Joseph at 12. Fourth place, we had ties of Mike 11.
17 plus the bonus. I about died.
Yeah, Melanie.
And let's see, Dwayne had 11. I think I mentioned Larry. And then 10, we had Cooper, Diana, and Andrew, and Janet. She was 6th. And in 7th place was the other Melanie Smith Anderson down there near Waynesboro. But everybody will get a prize. Okay, so everybody who participated and sent me your email me again your name and address, and I will put you on the data there, and we'll get the prizes out to you next week. I guess that's not too bad. I hope everybody thought the quiz was kind of fair, sort of thing.
Hopefully there were entertaining questions at least.
Yeah, they learned something maybe, huh? Maybe, we might be planning some field trips to some of these places next year.
Mhm.
That we mentioned. Maybe we can do a 20-day field trip across the country. What do you think? All right. Think about what I want to do here next. Okay. So this is again being recorded, as all the Zoom rooms are recorded. You can go and watch it again, or show it with a friend. And y'all did well tonight. So kind of close to the show tonight, we're going to I've asked co-host Mel, although this is only her 4th show with us. I've asked her to share some sentiment things as far as the holiday and some comments back to you folks. And then I'll follow her with what I want to say. So go ahead, Melanie.
Sure. So Christmas at my house has always been a great time. I was very lucky and thankful as a young kid. My parents are still happily married. So I was one of those lucky, and I feel like few nowadays, children that still had their parents married together, living under the same roof. And now that I'm older, I realize how big of a blessing that really was, that my parents were together. Me and my siblings, I have 2 younger siblings. I have a younger brother and then a younger sister below him, that we were all able to spend every single Christmas together without fail or miscommunication. And I always kind of took that for granted until I got a little bit older and realized how rare that is really becoming. So it's always been a very joyful time. I've always been one of those people who really enjoyed Christmas, really enjoyed decorating the house. And my sister and I, we make cookies all the time. I think this is our 3rd weekend in a row baking a couple dozen cookies and just being creative and looking on Pinterest and doing the very neat decorations and everything. But at the same time, it is a very religious time in my household. We are Christians, and we enjoy being thankful and being very grateful, and going to the Christmas Eve masses and enjoying each other's company. So it's always a very joyful time of the year. It's very family oriented. It is very Christian based. And I think even as a young kid, I know we weren't always maybe the richest household, but I know my parents really put forth the effort to make things very creative. Both my parents have their elementary ed degrees, so they're very creative people, very creative minded. And there were times where the gifts that were given, were wrapped a certain way that we remember it now to this day. Or it was maybe one big thing and a few small things, but they were all very memorable. And so I really appreciate that. Like I said, I'm extremely thankful. And even as a kid I was always like the mini mom for my other 2 siblings, since I was the oldest. And like I said, had a younger brother and a younger sister. I was always mini mom. So I think I enjoyed really giving more than receiving most times, because I had to be the bigger person for them all the time. So I really liked, and I still do, like giving more than receiving. So I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed. And I love the Grinch quote that says, maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store, and maybe Christmas means a little bit more. I always liked that quote, and I still do. But for all of you, I hope that this holiday, you get to spend time and savor those memories with your loved ones, with your family, and take the photos, do the silly photos, have the game night, watch the movie. But yeah, I hope nothing for the best for all of you, and that you savor those moments with the ones that you love most, and that you all have a wonderful and safe, please stay safe this holiday, but have a Merry Christmas to everybody who joined tonight.
All right, that's why you get paid the big bucks.
I meant it, I promise.
All right, well, for me, Christmas is a bunch of traditions. I've known a few of the people in the room for a long time through other connections, or them just follow me around for some reason. And some of you know me well enough that I'm married to a minister who's now retired, by the way. But my oldest brother, retired as a minister now, and so yeah, going to church every Christmas Eve, very important. And I find myself involved now with another tradition in York. Some of you know about this. Is it's called the factory whistle, where for the past, this is the year number 73 that a person named Don Ryan has been connected with playing the Christmas carols on the factory whistle. Used to be a steam whistle, it's now compressed air, and I'm involved in that operation every Christmas morning at 12:15 in downtown York at an old factory where the whistle was installed. People gather in the back lot of the Revolution Baseball Stadium off of Queen Street, and they listen to a 20-minute concert. And instead of clapping, because you can't hear people clapping inside of cars, everybody honks their horns. It's really cool. And it's being streamed for the 6th time this year to York, PA Factory Whistle on Facebook. You can tune in and hear it. But anyway, so it's all about tradition and family memories. Both my parents have been gone for a number of years now, but we still have traditions that we do between Lou Ann and myself and the rest of the family. And we know that everybody here has traditions. So I'd just like to give good wishes for the holiday season and for the coming year. And may the peace and joy of Christmas be with you today and throughout the new year. And may your Christmas sparkle with moments of love, laughter, and goodwill. And may the year ahead be full of contentment and joy. And with that, we're going to again wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Maybe I'll get a couple of Melanie's cookies sometime down the road, maybe in February. But anyway, everybody have a great Christmas and a great New Year. We'll see you right after that with Johnny Johnson talking about Iceland Spar. So thanks for being. Oh, I did want one thing. I got into my speech too much. Just wanted to let you know that our Zoom room this year averaged 38 people each program. So it's been a very big success again, and been a total of 896 visits. So although many of you have been here every week, 896 people have clicked into the Zoom rooms this year. So again, have a great Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you right after the new year.
Stay
Sparkling.
safe, everybody.
Happy New Year.